Welcome back, students, to Night School Horror. As we descend into the third semester of our twisted curriculum, our lessons grow darker, and the fear intensifies. In these upcoming sessions, only the true devotees of horror will grasp the sinister knowledge and face their inevitable fates. And now, the terror continues. Pray you survive until the end.
Welcome back, students. Oh man, it's time. We have returned to the halls of Night School Horror. Yes, semester 3 is on hand right now. Oh, it feels so good to be back to school to prove to all of our parents that we indeed are fools. So, you guys know who I am. Tommy James, a.k.a. Mr. Oh So Smooth, a.k.a. the smooth effect himself, the movie guy, baby. And let's introduce you to our students, because our students have returned. Let's start with the music man, the current Who You Got champion, Mr. Malave.
What's up, everybody? How are you? It is I, Mr. Malave, and I was indeed your camp counselor, your head camp counselor back in summer camp. That was a weird task that I was handed. I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to booze. But I'm happy to be back. A lot of people don't like getting rid of the summer and coming back to school. But I've always been the type of person that loved to go back to school, getting a nice fresh outfit, you know what I mean? And just looking all crisp and saying hello to everyone else and catching up for the summer. So I cannot wait to get the semester started. We got a lot of crazy things. I saw the syllabus and I'm pretty excited. And especially we're starting off with a bang and I cannot wait to get into it. But I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to still be your Who You Got champion. Newsflash, I didn't defend it at all in the summer. So I'm still your reigning, defending Who You Got champion. And it feels so good.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Malave. Yeah, you still have not defended your title in a very long time, sir, but maybe we'll be able to change that as time goes on. I'm glad you got the syllabus. I don't know how you got the syllabus because I didn't hand it out yet. But before we even get to that point, let's bring out our next student. She is an A+ student, must I let you know. It is Florida's favorite creep, Sabrina Ace. Welcome back to school.
What's up, guys? My gosh, what a summer. Creepy counselor of arts and crafts over here, but you know what? I just love it so much, and I'm excited to get back into this. I'm excited to talk about everything that is on the aforementioned syllabus that I have not seen yet.
Very good. I don't know how he's seen it.
Yeah,
Thank you for our voodoo dolls too. That was very nice of you to give them back to us.
That was a little parting gift.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. I didn't know how'd you get a lock of hair from me. I am bald. It's kind of strange, but thank you.
No, anything you do through God makes things possible. Okay.
That was not creepy at all.
She was at camp in her spirits before we came back, obviously.
Yeah.
Get away from camp inner spirits. Yeah, we had a lot of fun at camp. You know, we were able to go ahead and talk about 2-3 movies, if I'm not mistaken. We talked about a franchise, and it was a lot of fun, though. We got to go swimming, do a little arts and crafts. We had some great time at the mesh hall, as we know. I like to call it the mesh hall. Mm-hmm. It's actually the mess hall, but I like to call it. It's very meshy over there.
I'm just happy that we just like escaped and we didn't have to like stay there the whole time.
Yeah, that was great. I love the fact that we were able to leave. They didn't know that we left because, I mean, we did technically just steal other people's clothes. We weren't really supposed to be there. And
did anybody check on the kids?
Shit was getting too hot, man. I don't give a fuck about those kids right now. Like,
we forgot about the
kids.
Did we
just like leave them unattended?
No, there was other.
There's other counselors over there. We did technically leave them in the woods, though. So
listen to me, man. Growing up, I was out chilling, and like when I was 10, so they're fine in the woods.
Yeah, you're right. They're fine. They're
creepy.
Good. You know.
You know what? Let's not listen. Right now,
Their bones aren't brittle yet. They're fine.
we're putting ourselves in a really bad situation that we keep discussing this. It's time to move on because now we're back in school. We're ready to continue on in our third. I was going to say second. Technically it is second because we failed, but this is our third semester at night school horror. Yeah, we worked
summer camp.
We worked for it, so I guess it's okay. But tonight, we are discussing something very important. Something really awesome that just came out about a week and a half ago. Let me ask the question. Who here has seen Alien Romulus?
Me.
And me too. I actually got to see it opening night. I went to IMAX to go see it. I took Christian with me as well. Got a popcorn bucket. I did. I splurged.
Did you get the Xenomorph?
No, fucking AMC's whack. I got the fucking regular black bucket with the face hugger on it. Like, I wanted the fucking Xenomorph one or that other one that glows.
I want the light up one. Yeah.
Yes, that shit
really
is
wanted
fire.
It so bad.
That shit is fucking awesome. I wanted that one.
And straight up when I went, they were all sold out of everything except for cups. And I don't.
I want a fucking cup.
Okay, fuck your cup.
But yeah, I got a popcorn bucket out of it. It's cool. It's because it has a face hugger on it, but you know me, I don't really like face huggers that much. And it was a good time. We had fun. Christian got scared, so that was pretty cool.
Nice. Did he cry?
No, actually, his opinion of the movie was more shocking when we left. I was like, what did you think of it? And he goes, yeah, it was okay. And I'm like, wow. Oh, excuse me, Gordon Ramsay of movies.
Yeah, right.
Excuse me, it's like he tasted a lip. I don't really, you know what, too much salt. No.
No lamb sauce.
Yeah, where's the lamb sauce? He didn't have lamb sauce.
Too much adobo, your chicken's doing the Macarena.
Chicken's doing the Macarena. That's what it felt like. Now, you know what, this movie wasn't indeed doing the Macarena, if you think about it, because it was a little wild. It was a little all over the place at times. I would say this movie is probably the most divided movie to come out in a really long time. There's a lot of people that they love it. Then there's people that hate it. And then there's that middle ground that's like, well, I really enjoyed it, and then they find something that they don't like. And I feel that us as a crew, we're on that same page. I don't think any of us hated it, though. Anybody hate it?
No, I didn't hate it.
Nope.
I didn't hate it either. I hated the ending. I hated the ending. But otherwise, I had a very good time with this movie. I think the promotion was done really well. They did a great job with that. They had the face huggers going on at San Diego Comic-Con. I seen a video right before the movie started. A fucking chest burster came out of somebody, and then the movie just immediately began. Thought that's pretty sick.
Awesome.
You know, so I was hoping they were going to do that at mine, but I didn't go to the special event. There was a special event, actually, for Dolby. I chose not to go to that one because I'm not paying for it. So fuck that shit. I have the AMC. I have the AMC subscription thing, so I get to see 3 movies a week if I wanted to. So,
Sweet.
Then I chose to go see Alien Romulus, so I'm having a lot of fun with that. Anyway, let's start with first reactions. Before you saw the movie, trailers, promotions. Sabrina, what did you think? Were you excited for this movie?
I was actually pretty excited, and I believe you were the one that posted it on our page, Tommy. Down, like going around NYC, the face huggers and the actors just you'd be jumping out into crowds with the face huggers and like falling on the ground, and like you see them hyperventilating, and you see on the face huggers where it's like breathing for them. I thought that was one of the coolest ways you can promote this movie, and I was like, dude, if they're going all out for that, this has got to be fucking good. And then I don't see full trailers anymore because I feel like it gives too much to me. But from the clips that I've seen, I was super excited that we were getting more face huggers. I know in any alien movie you're going to get more face huggers, but this was like to the nth degree, and I fucking love that. So
I didn't like that.
I think they did really good job.
I don't like face huggers. They're so creepy. You know, they crawl on the floor, they get in your face, and then they impregnate you. I don't like that. But we knew we were getting more face huggers because this is coming in the middle of Alien and Aliens, and that's probably one thing. We'll get into it, but I expected it was leaning a certain way, and then you hear from other people too. They're like, "Well, this is just a separate story." And you're like, well, that's just lazy. But fine, whatever. But I can understand what you're saying. That was at San Diego Comic-Con, by the way, where they did that. Which, again, it was fucking sick. And I saw the video, and I was like, I immediately have to react to this because everybody knows, at least in the TikTok game and in the world, that I don't like facehuggers. So how can I not react to this? Mr. Malave, before you seen the movie, you saw the promotion, you maybe seen a couple of trailers. What did you think about it?
Yeah, nah, man. I'm a huge Aliens fan. And the fact that like we saw kind of like the timeline of where it was placed, I was getting actually really hyped and was okay with the facehuggers. I think they're one of the most creepiest things ever. And I love them as a part of like the beginning of an alien, you know. So the fact that we were gonna get so many of those, and then we're gonna, well, we thought we were gonna lean right into, you know, aliens. And you know, I was hyped, you know, and I saw it opening weekend, well, the Monday of opening weekend. And yeah, I wasn't like, I didn't go in there with any expectations, just the fact that like, you know, give me something better than Alien Covenant. And they did. Definitely did. And yeah, it was a good time, a good ride. It's just a few things that just grinded my gears, and it took me right out of it. Like as much as they did to build up the story and get you so involved and immersed in Alien, like in this movie, they took me right out when it happened. And I was just like, I wasn't really done. I was just like, come on, you had it, you know? And yeah, I just like, yeah, that was just my initial reaction, you know? I kind of was just like, I went back and I kind of just like, you know, try to make justifications on why they did it and what happened, just to kind of salvage it. But yeah, that was my initial reaction. Just took me out.
I mean, I have to agree with you as well. I feel like I knew what they were trying to do. And like I said, we'll get there. But I feel like I knew what they were trying to do. But the problem is I didn't enjoy Prometheus and Covenant like that. Prometheus is fine. I think it's a very pretty movie. It's very well shot, very well acted. But to me, it's not an alien movie. Like, I was just like, yeah, I guess, sure, no problem.
Yeah, I felt with those, like with Prometheus and shit, it was almost like they try to just tie it in. They try to tie it into Alien, and you're just like, no.
It's an interesting take, you know. I mean, we could always talk about the Alien franchise at another time too, but like Ridley Scott was trying to explain like how life was created, and to me, that's just not what Alien is. It's a corporation thing. It's corporations trying to find a fucking killer, you know, killing fucking species out there to pretty much wipe out fucking whatever they want, control it, like Jurassic Park in a sense. That's what Jurassic Park ended up becoming. Right. And that's basically fine.
Yeah, it was basically like a mass destruction, like weapon of mass destruction.
Right. That's what they were looking to do. That's what the Weyland-Yutani company was. That's the whole fucking plan in the long run. That's why they don't want to kill it. They want to keep it. Like, no, savior that. So when Ridley Scott came out with Prometheus and really went towards creation of life and godlike characters, I didn't like that because that to me is like, okay, like I don't care about this. And then Covenant came out, and I disliked Covenant very much. Matt, we went to go see Covenant.
It was brutal.
It was so bad that I passed out when we were leaving. It was so hot when we went to go see it, but it was so bad that my body was like, sleep. It just fucking knocked me down. I got back up, though. I was okay.
Had the sleeper hold on you.
Yeah, it was that bad, but
it was definitely.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the CGI. I thought it was just way fucking trash. And the story was stupid. You wasted Michael Fassbender, and Danny McBride's in it. Fuck that, you know?
Yeah.
So because I didn't enjoy those two movies, especially Covenant, I was not going to like the ending of that movie. That's why when it started happening, I was like, oh no. Like I knew where it was going. I'm like, oh no, please don't go that way. Please don't do that. And then they did it, and I was like, oh my God, why would you do this? What the fuck is wrong with you? You just ruined a very good movie. A fan service movie. Let's be real. Alien Romulus is a fan service movie. And it touches on many different aspects. The one thing that Christian caught it, which was awesome that he caught it. I even gave him props for it. Alien Isolation, the video game.
Yeah.
Fucking great. And Fede Alvarez actually said that was a huge inspiration for this movie. Dude, why didn't you just take the story? Take the story. That's a great fucking story. And
I agree with you.
and that's a great game. If you've never played Alien Isolation, I would highly suggest playing it. There is a sequel coming out that they're working on. So that's going to be really exciting. But yeah, you see there's certain aspects of what they're doing in Alien Romulus that was from Alien Isolation. You're like, yeah, let's fucking go. But I feel that fan service is great, but there's also a point where there's too much fan service. And we'll get into that, and also as we continue on. Sabrina, what did you feel with the fan service of this movie? Were you like, yes, I love that because that's from the first one or that's from the second one? Like, did it drag you in?
It touched on a lot of points for me, but I kind of like that even with the fan service, even if you're not a fan from that point, it feels kind of like a standalone in a way. Like, if you don't catch the fan service moments, you can still either enjoy the scene for what it is, or just it goes over your head and it's not really necessary. That fan service is specifically just for the fans.
Well, that's why they call it fan service.
Well, yeah,
Oh, duh.
but it just touches upon the points for me that I'm just like, yeah, I can appreciate that. Do I need it? No.
Okay.
But thank you for putting it there.
Okay. Now, here's a follow-up question for you. Do you believe, that since you feel like it could be like a standalone, do you believe that you can watch this movie without knowing any story for Alien? Do you have to have watched first one, Aliens, Prometheus? Do you have to have seen something in the Alien franchise to be able to enjoy this movie? Or could you go in blindly and just go, oh, no, it's a good movie?
I have to think about that.
That's a good question, right? I'll come back to you on that one.
Fantastic question.
I'll come back to you on that one.
I have to sit on that one.
And I know you can give me a good, like, detailed answer, so I'll actually let you think about that. Mr. Malave, what about you? Do you think that you could just go into this movie blindly, not know anything about Ripley, not know anything about the Xenomorphs or the facehuggers?
Certain parts, yes, but I think you won't get the gist of it, and you would be somewhat like lost, like in a way, for like a few things, right? Like you can enter the plot of like, well, these are aliens, like something happened on this ship and now you're about to let this shit out, right? But the fact that like they went into depth of like, opening up another AI, and then like they talked about what happened and everything else like that, I feel like you do yourself a disservice if you didn't see at least one Alien movie, the first one at least. You know what I mean? And also, if you're gonna watch Alien Romulus and you're watching it by yourself, you're not gonna go straight to Alien Romulus. Like, you got me? Like, if you're gonna watch it with a group of people, that group of people should not tell you go watch Alien Romulus first. They'll say go watch Alien. So I feel like, Alien Romulus, yet you could probably watch it by itself and you wouldn't be so completely lost. You would hate this movie because of the ending even more and be like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? And be like, and those moments that are so good, you won't appreciate it as much. They'll just feel like it was just an okay movie instead of being, like you said, a fan, what was the term? Fan
service.
Fan service?
Yeah. I mean, thought it was something more fancy, but it was fan service. But yeah, so like
Fantastic service.
Yeah. It's a fantastic service.
It's phenomenal service.
Fanatical service.
But
that's it. That's the word we're using. Fanatical.
What is it?
Fanatical.
It's a fanatical service.
Now it's fancy.
Yeah, so fanatical service, and I feel like they've done it really well as a love letter to the fans. When you gave us the face huggers, we got an egg that opened up. We even got these new kind of like cocoonish things that we never seen before.
Vaginas.
I think we saw it in the game maybe once. No, I'm not sure. But anyway, we've never really seen that, and it's almost like, all right, like, thank you for this. We get moments that are kind of like glimpsing from like aliens when they're like putting the guns on there and they're like, you know what I mean? It's almost like they were showing off their new equipment, like in Aliens, and it was just a lot of those little Easter eggs that you were just like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Like, and I feel like without watching those other ones, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing the movie a disservice by like going in there blindly. So I think it was they did great with the fan service. They didn't do really great at the ending, so I cannot. Once we get to there, it's gonna be word vomit. So, but yeah, great job with the fan service. The xenomorph looks great, and they used an actual person in the xenomorph suit.
Practical
They didn't
effects.
use fucking CGI.
Fucking rad.
It's still the best,
Mhm.
you know. And yeah, it was just great. And all the damn face huggers. You trying to talk about spiders that fucking latch onto you and choke you?
Yeah, buddy.
That's probably one of the worst creature creations in the world, and you're scared to death, especially when they're just like roaming around. And that
They're
scene
visceral.
from Alien Isolation, where you have to be quiet and you rose your temperature up to match the temperature in the room so they don't see you blindly. That was beautiful, and that suspense in that scene was top notch. I went to go see it with my parents and Itzy, and like my mom was just like shaking like her leg and just biting her nails because she was so like nervous, you know what I mean? And that's what you want out of an alien movie. You want that suspense, and they did that perfectly.
Yeah. I have to agree 1,000%. And one thing about Alien, sorry, Sabrina, I'll get to you real quick. Just going to say this. The one thing about Alien, especially for me, is suspense. It is a very suspenseful movie. Thriller, okay? Technically, the original one is a sci-fi horror movie. It's like a slasher film in a sense. And then we go action-packed with James Cameron. But I feel when I watch an Alien film, it should be suspenseful. And Alien Romulus was really suspenseful. I mean, it was fantastic. But I will say, I do believe that this film, if you're not a fan of the Alien franchise, do not watch this movie. This movie was meant for the fans because there's a lot of input to it, to where like fanatical service, where you watch it and you go, oh, that's from that. Oh, I get that. Because then otherwise you're just going, it's just a movie about, what are those things? What are these things? You don't get the little gifs that Fede Alvarez is actually pulling out there and showing the respect to the original, showing his respect to James Cameron and to Ridley Scott. But yeah, suspense is huge in an Alien film. And that's why as it went on, it wasn't suspenseful anymore. And then when it went back, it definitely wasn't suspenseful anymore. So if suspense plays a factor, this movie figured it out. Sabrina, what you want to say?
I want to talk about the scene that Matt brought up, like specifically.
Oh, the facehugger scene.
The facehugger scene where
Phenomenal
they have to
scene,
raise
by
their
the way.
body temperature. So
Phenomenal scene.
I've never played Alien Isolation, but since you
Play
guys
it.
have talked so big on it, I have it here.
Play
I
it.
definitely want to play it. So I'm gonna look that up. But specifically that scene, that straight up to me when I'm watching it and I'm gripping the armrests of my chair, I'm thinking, oh shit. Like that's the most suspense I felt. I felt my heartbeat in my ears, and it felt so much like a haunted house. I legit was like, that is a fucking haunted house right there. You're walking through, it's quiet. She goes to turn around and there's just the body hanging. And she's trying so hard not to scream. She like covers her mouth.
It's fantastic.
Trying so hard not to panic. I'm sitting there going, that is a goddamn haunted house if I've ever seen one. And if nobody built it, I'm going to be fucking upset.
Yeah, which is why we said in Universal they should have had Alien Romulus, because that one alone, that little part could be amazing. Then you go into the cabinet where you see like the half AI, and then you go running through. It'll be a great house, but it wasn't. But that scene,
I feel like
is
maybe they could do
phenomenal.
that next time.
They can't.
Because the last time they put out a house before the movie came out, it was a trash movie.
I mentioned that on one of our posts on TikTok, but unfortunately they cannot do an Alien house because Alien is a Fox movie, and as we know, Fox is owned by Disney, and you know Disney will not give that up. They would have to pay a shit ton of money for this to
Fine,
happen.
then tell Mickey's not so scary bumfuck to do it.
Oh,
Okay?
can you imagine? They can put in the villain's land. You got like an alien. First off, if we can go back a little further in Disney, in Magic Kingdom, they had a ride called that Alien Extraterrestrial shit, which was a fucking xenomorph. They changed it a little bit, but that's what it was supposed to be, like Alien Encounter Terrestrial, whatever it's called. It was scary.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
You know, so
wild.
we got to remember Disney could play the games if they want. They're never going to be fucking Universal like that. But yes, I agree. We should have gotten an alien Romulus house. I understand why we don't have it because, you know, Disney's like, oh, we're fucking pricks. But hey, you're making a villain. You're making a villain land. Fucking put the queen in there. Technically, she's now part of the princesses and a queen. She's an evil queen.
Can you imagine a xenomorph in a pretty dress?
Fucking yes, I can imagine it. It would be fucking fantastic.
I think they did that in Family Guy.
I think so. I think so too. It was that or American Dad.
They
did
a nice little bonnet on the xenomorph.
I think so too.
It was weird but hilarious.
Oh my god, yeah. Is that the sketch where they're sitting at the dinner table?
Yes.
And the xenomorph is just like, but I love him.
yeah, it was great. And then like a
the chest burster comes out.
Chest burster comes out. And it was just like, oh my god, I'm a mother now. It was crazy.
I will say that that scene, that facehugger scene is done really well. It's and that brings you back to the suspense, the thriller. You know, the fact that Andy, which we'll talk a little bit about the characters too. Andy, I would say, is definitely one of the best characters, if not the best character in the movie. But I love the fact that he tells the Tyler, I think his name was, and he lets him know. He goes, "Don't sweat, don't cry, like you can't react." Yeah, no goosebumps.
Because your body will react and try to keep you cool by sweating or getting goosebumps.
Wow.
Sense the temperature difference by like a tiny bit of a half degree, and it's like,
it's an interesting thing because we never seen that.
If you're in a hot room, how do you not sweat?
Right.
He does sweat. That's what makes it cool. Like he does sweat,
like
and you're like,
literally can't stop your body from doing it. So like, what the fuck do you mean don't sweat?
But the best part about it was it wasn't even them that fucked shit up. It was Kay, right? Was her name Kay? Yeah, there was Kay.
Yeah.
She fucked shit up when she fucking
with the radio,
and she's like, and they're all sitting there going like, and my favorite part is he's just like, like I forgot to turn off the radio, and then he just grabs it, and he looks, and then he responds like he's just like, hey,
this dumb shit.
Hey, what's going on? And then just again, you see it in the trailer, and then that one scene where they just look at Andy, and he just looks back, and he just goes, "Run!" And you're like, "Yes, run, run, motherfuckers!" And I remember sitting there watching it in theaters, going like, "Yeah, it's gonna get him. You about to get got right now." Fantastic scene, Mr. Malavi. You wanted to say something?
No, yeah, I was just gonna piggyback off of you. I get hyped every time. I think that was the best scene in the movie. You know, there was a lot of great kills, and we'll get to the damn kills because wow. There was some great kills, and then there was like, you know, some other great moments and really bad moments. But I feel like that scene alone kind of like made the movie. You know what I mean? And if you played the game, you'll know that like the shit is hard, dude. And it's not supposed to be easy, right? Like Aliens is not supposed to, you're on a ship. If you shoot them, the blood is acid, right? If you make noises, they know where the fuck you are. Like it's so difficult, and it's such a crazy situation to put yourself in. And like I feel like that scene alone kind of like solidified that danger of how bad it is and how hard it is to survive an alien movie, and just any variation of an alien, whether it's the facehugger, whether it's the small alien or the warrior xenomorph. Like it is so hard to even defeat them because of all the stuff that they have, you know. So the fact that like that scene alone kind of like put a bow on how difficult it is to kind of survive this situation, you know, an alien situation on a flight on a spaceship. And I thought it was done really well. And like shit, like I'll just replay that scene anytime someone goes, what's your favorite scene in the movie? And that was it.
Yep. I mean, the movie at the beginning of this movie, now a lot of people, I've heard complaints, the beginning of the movie, it's boring. It's boring. It's so
they have to
boring.
set up.
Yeah, but that's why people are stupid. It has to set up. Every single alien movie in the beginning is boring because they have to set it up. They have to set up what's going to happen. But when this movie goes, to me, it goes. I love the fact that we were able to see how the planet was. Like, you know, it was, we've never seen that. It's always we're in a spaceship, or, you know, we're in another spaceship. But like we're starting.
This was a nice change of pace.
Right, we're starting on the ground. So cheers to Fede Alvarez because he gets it, and he's a fan of the franchise also, which is a big deal. Once you know Fede Alvarez is a fan, you're like, yeah, it should be pretty good. So let's get into some characters real quick before we actually get into some kills. But Mr. Malave, who was your standout? Who was the character you were like, I like this guy or I like this gal?
Yeah, I mean, listen, everyone wants to like, go for the final girl Rain, and she was great. She was awesome, the protagonist, like fine. But I would have to kind of like agree with you. I feel like Andy was kind of like stole the show,
Yep.
right? Just because he had like right off the bat, you kind of like felt bad for this like AI just because like, he was kind of like messed up. And then he gets like an upgrade and stuff, and then he kind of becomes the bad guy. You know what I mean? And he leads them. He's trying to like help them escape, but his all ulterior motive is everything the other AI from the first one was, right? To secure the perfect organism and get it back to HQ.
Working for the company.
Yeah. So like the fact that you saw that transition from that to, from his good persona to the bad person that he was, and it didn't happen right away when he got that chip. Like it over time, as the database was updating, he became more and more evil, and he just became more and more of just like, my mission is this, and the fact that like he closed the door and didn't want to open it up on one of the girls and just let her die was kind of like,
I would like to discuss that scene if you wouldn't mind real quick.
Let's do it.
Okay, and then, we'll ask Sabrina the same question. Also, Sabrina has a question she'll have to answer towards the end of this episode anyway. I agree with him 1,000%, because I sat in the theater watching it, right? So I'm watching it, and he's just like, they're like, Andy, open the door. And he goes, no. He goes, it's waiting for us to open the door. And I'm sitting there going, 1,000%, do not open that door because you're all dead. Yes, it's all about the company. That's the whole concept of what's happening. That's why he's turning into like this asshole, which also, by the way, he gets an accent after the chip goes in too, which is great.
Yeah.
It comes with the upgrade.
It comes with the upgrade now. Now he's like, he's more of a dick, but he has an accent, which is David Johnston's
you can change
accent.
the accent on your Siri.
Yeah, man.
It gives him an accent.
Mine's Arab. It's great. It's hilarious. I love the Arab people. Cheers to the Arab people. But yeah, no, I wouldn't open that fucking door. I get it. She's pregnant. Well, he didn't find out until. Well, Rain did.
But they don't.
Right, and then she's pregnant. And my favorite moment, though, is when she says, Andy, she's pregnant. And then Tyler's sitting there and he goes, what? Yeah. They tried to put like this
like,
moment.
Don't tell my brother. And it's like, bro, he's going to find out.
He was going to have to find out. It doesn't matter. But like, I think the moment of like realizing like it's all just like, get her out of there, get her out of there. You're pregnant? Oh my God. As the fucking Xenomorph is just crouched up, just looking, just like, waiting. Oh, she's like pregnant, is she now?
A fucking lizard. It's just up there like, come on, open
Looked the great, though. Looked fantastic. Because that's what they are.
They're a great shot, by the
way. They're
predators. When they had it over the shoulder from the Xenomorph, I thought that was fantastic. Because most of the time in Aliens, you don't see the alien. They just get like either a first person or it's just off screen. The fact that you just have them lurking and it's over the shoulder, beautiful shot.
Which is what they're meant to do. They're predators. And if we remember, as the movies go on, especially Aliens itself, they're not trying to personally kill you. They're using you to create more. So yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get you, pretty much, but he's waiting. So they're not stupid either. We learned from that. But I have to agree, I would have been like, I'm sorry, Bruce, you're gone.
Yeah.
Sabrina, are you opening that door? Sabrina, I gotta know, are you opening that door?
I need to break this down a little bit.
Fine.
Just a little bit. So as humans, and androids were talking about this too, as humans, we get too emotional. We get too invested. And it's not even for the betterment of the company. And the foreshadowing in this movie was fucking insane, by the way. When they were talking about why, I think his name was Bjorn, fucking hates androids.
Yeah.
One killed my mother.
I didn't like him.
Rain's just like, well, they're not designed to kill people. And he goes, nope. But, if it's to save 80 people and we kill 3, so be it. That's what we do. And that's for the betterment of the company. It's also for the betterment of humanity. Let's just throw that out there. Like, yes, it's the age-old, like, what is it? The
Would you
philosophy
kill
of
one person to
would you
save
kill
100?
one person to save 100? If that one person means the world to you, you're going to be like, fuck no, I love this one person. Fuck these 100 people. But in a societal standpoint, to save 100 people, you're going to have to let somebody die. So, no, I'm not opening that fucking door. She's already dead to me. She's already dead. The
I'm
thing is,
moving
in the
on.
room with her, she's not living. I can see the thing staring at her. No, she's not living. I'm not opening the door. Pregnant
Do
or
you
not.
think
Sorry.
that there was a window right when they got to the door that they could have opened it and closed it?
Absolutely
If they
not.
knew she was coming, like if they knew she was running at the door, coming already, and they had the door open, she got in, maybe slim chance you would still get that suspense of will the door close in time.
Well,
But
again,
that
They did
sense
do
of
that.
like you would need
the
to know
AI knew
everything.
that there was not enough time,
Correct.
so I didn't open
Because
it.
she was like, again, it would
Because
have
we
had to
see it
be
again when they're
meet up at
running
this
and
door.
he's closing the
you're running.
door,
Yes.
and he's like, he barely makes it. And
With
he was
the
just like,
slide.
oh my God, why did you close the door? He goes, I calculated his speed and everything else that he would make it.
But that's
So,
what I
like-
mean by like they would have to be there already, waiting on her, not showing up, calculating, and then closing the door.
Right.
Everyone would have to be in place before it even set up the scene. And that's not going to fucking happen. But it was the best shot, again, seeing it over the shoulder, and then coming back to where it's the brother sister through the small plane of glass, and you just see its fucking tail whip right into her shoulder. And I'm like, that's why you don't open the fucking door.
That's right. It was like he looked like Spider-Man when he was up there too. You know, he
Yo,
was
for real,
crouched up
just
like
lurking.
the Crow. You know, he's like Spider-Man, just waiting. And that's my favorite part.
Like a panther in a tree.
Yes.
Waiting to pounce.
But it's like, it's so funny because they're like, but the whole open the door. And he's looking right at this thing. And he goes,
Yeah.
no, it's right there. Like he's looking right at us.
Like, the fuck do you mean open the door?
It's like, oh, you know what? Fine. You open the door. I can't. Good.
Yeah,
Guess the
I'm out.
door's not opening then. You fucking
But I love
asshole.
that scene specifically because it sets up so much context for Andy's character and the Rain and Andy dynamic, of how they interact with each other and how they think that it's the chip that's not making him as empathetic. And it's just like, right. But it's also, before the upgrade, he's literally just doing whatever you tell him to do. He's not an individual. He's not sitting there caring for you because he wants to. He's doing it because that's his program.
Right.
It even says it in the beginning.
Well,
Like I
that's
have this
why-
whole thing about the androids of like, Andy was designed to protect Rain
Correct.
for the betterment
Yeah.
of Rain. That's
Well, that was his
program.
primary objective. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why right after that scene, she goes, Andy, what is your primary objective? And
Yeah.
then he was like, for the betterment of the company, do whatever it is
Yeah.
for the betterment of the company. It was just like, oh shit. Like,
He
It's
ain't
one of
Andy.
those,
the
you
same
literally
one.
designed him to take care of you. He is not an individual to be compassionate to himself. Like he's not here to be compassionate towards anyone unless it's in his program, and that's just Rain. So if Rain says, "Hey, open the door," he'd just be like, "Oh yeah," because that's what Rain wants. It's for the betterment of Rain. He's gonna get them all killed.
Right. They'd all be dead.
If it
Yeah,
weren't for him
absolutely.
getting that upgrade, all of them would be dead. There'd be no movie. If it weren't for
the movie
just-
would be like 30 minutes.
yeah, literally get
Short
get on
film.
this new ship, die.
It's like, this was good. This was good. Really glad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have been satisfied.
Yeah. Just like you killed everyone.
Better than
Yo.
the fucking ending that we got.
Oh my God.
But we'll get
One
there.
of my favorite parts of Alien is just the android
So-
aspect because it just throws so many philosophical wrenches at you.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm on the android side. Does that make me a bad person? Am I a bad person?
Am I an android?
Am I an android?
Android?
What's the benefit for the company? Okay. Mr. Malave, are you
My
opening that door?
objective. I came in this room and I don't
I am-
remember.
I see. This is the moral conflict. That was great. This is the moral conflict that you face, right, when you're watching it. That's why I asked. I was like, well, what about like right when they got to the door? Because it was like they got there right away at the same time. And did you have a quick window for it? But in all actuality, no, I'm not.
Absolutely not.
It's rough because like I put myself in the situation. I have a sister, and like, I was like, if that was my sister and she's behind the glass and this android's just not opening the door, will I spaz the fuck out? Probably, yeah. In retrospect, after the fact, I probably be like, well, yeah, that was the best thing, but I don't know. We're so emotional. Like we're such emotional creatures
Mhm.
that like you said, Sabrina, like if that one person was the person you love the most, like you would want to kill those 100, right? But if that was my sister, like would I be like try to open the door? I would have opened the door. I just got to be real with myself. Like I probably would have just because of an emotional like attachment, like and
100%.
we are very emotional beings, would I have doomed everyone? Yeah, probably.
If I
But
had the android telling me, same deal,
then
my sister's on the other side, I'm just going, you know what? I really want to open this door. The android's not going to open the door. I'm going to have a full on fucking meltdown as I watch my sister die. This is terrible. And then, as I'm going through my life, because I'm still alive, because we didn't open the fucking door, be like, you know what? For the betterment of the fucking company, dog. And then I just fucking blow up that ship and leave. Like,
oh yeah, you just
I can see Sabrina
Yeah.
right in the fucking like the pilot seat and just go for the benefit of the company.
boom.
And she just takes
Yeah.
off like a Star
Yeah.
Wars fucking movie. Just
Roll
the
credits.
fucking thing just comes up. And you're like, that was good. That was really good. It's better
That is
ending
my
than Alien
ending line from
Romulus.
this movie.
Yeah, it's better. It's better ending than
Better ending than
That should've
Alien
ended
Romulus.
15 minutes before it ended.
Yeah, well, you know
You
how
know, I will
Alien is.
agree
It's
with
4X.
Fuck you. All right?
4X and Alien. All of it's always been 4X. That's like their thing. They don't do 3X. They do 4X. I think that's pretty funny because I like how we're putting ourselves in like a personal sense, because that's how you have to. If you're going to be able to make a decision, it makes more sense to put it in a personal sense. You guys have sisters. I don't have brothers or sisters, so I have to put like kids, let's say, in there. Yeah, I'm gonna want to open it up and I'm gonna freak the fuck out. No, what are you doing? But what the crazy part is if you had the opportunity to open the door, let's say the android would open the door, we'd all be dead because we don't think rational in rational situations at the heat of the moment. Because right there, it's like, that's somebody I care about, that's somebody I love, open the fucking door. Okay, but if I open the door, we're all going to die.
Conditioned to want to help the ones that we love.
That's right. And we're all dead because of it.
Yes.
Because that xenomorph is sitting there being like, yes, open the door. I'd love to see like the somebody's doing a voiceover of the xenomorph.
The inner monologue.
The inner monologue.
Eat ya.
Yes, and just open the door.
I'm just going to use my little mouth to eat you.
Hey, I'm going to eat you.
I'm gonna eat you
too.
I can see up your shorts.
That's the Jaws one. I can see
that
up
was
your
the
shorts. Daddum. Oh, I did just have a big fat kid on the raft before. Oh, it's okay. I've been swimming a lot today. Yummy. Yeah, but they do. They have where the xenomorph and it pops out and it goes, I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you too.
I'm gonna eat you too.
And it's like,
Get
hey,
back
you
inside, little mouse. You had enough today.
they get back. It's like, I'll call you when we're eating them. Okay. That's what I wanted. I need that. I need somebody to create that, or we're gonna have to create it. Of literally just, and it should be
The
like
inner
in
monologue of a xenomorph.
I want an inner monologue of the xenomorph in Tobey Maguire's voice.
Oh my god.
Sitting there, just be like, you guys know me. I'm Spider-Man.
Perfect. He's just like,
don't just open the door. Open the door. Yeah, open the door.
Open the door. Open the door now.
No, don't open the door. No,
Just
you
like,
want to open the
listen
door.
to the door. Open the
She's
door.
right
Listen to
there.
the girl.
You could just get her once the
literally-
door opens. You could just.
yeah.
Oh, that would be.
so quick
And
about
then when Rain's like, she's pregnant. She's pregnant.
Ooh,
Two for one.
You damn right she's pregnant. I'm gonna get that bitch double
Two at
pregnant.
McDonald's.
Listen, I'll take a
cheeseburgers.
side of fetus.
She's like a dollar menu. She's the special surprise. Chicken nuggets and French fries. Hey,
That's like getting the onion rings in
That's
your
a whole ass
fries.
happy meal.
that's a special.
inside.
Ooh, it's like a Wendy's biggie bag. You don't have two surprises today. Yeah, I can see that. I would love to hear the inner monologue of the xenomorph at that moment. And you got it with the crouching. Maybe put a little some music in the background. And yeah, that shit's just it's so funny. But as we find out that she doesn't die, like you said, the tail goes right through the fucking shoulder, and she just pretty much gets yanked and just like, peace, yanks it back, because they're not trying to kill them. Technically, they're trying to put them up and nest them to create more xenomorphs. And to me, I thought that makes sense because we're going to go to aliens after this. So we need more xenomorphs. That's how we created fucking aliens. But then let's get into what we didn't even talk about, the first fucking chest burster, the only chest burster we see in the entire fucking movie.
Talk about this scene, Tom.
Let's talk about this. Sabrina, I'm going to let you take it. What's the name of the girl?
I can't
Navarro.
remember. Navarro.
Yeah, right. Like Dave Navarro.
Like I keep thinking of her, like her actual name, because it's like Aileen or whatever. Aileen Wu. And I'm like, you casted Aileen in an alien movie.
Alien's going to get impregnated by an alien.
So that was my name association to remember her, and I can't remember Navarro.
Navarro.
But the scene of Navarro, first of all, they're like evading all these face huggers, and she just happens to be the one with the shittiest end of the stick where it latches on her face. And I love, and I've said this like twice already, it's so visceral.
Aggressive, right?
They're aggressive. They're like pseudo-sexual. They're fucking crazy creepy. And it's like the ultimate breach. It's scary to think
she shouldn't have been standing still, all right?
She wasn't. She was running.
But
she turned around.
That, like, when it latches onto her face and you see her fucking flailing and like on the ground and you see her chest hyperventilating and it breathing for her like a respirator. And they're trying to determine how to get it off of her safely. And the androids are getting involved saying, you can't, like, this is fucked, just kill your friend, leave her, you got to get out of here. It's like, all right, but still, we get back to the human emotional side of, no, we need to save her. When they pull this thing out of her and you see it like a trank and you see her neck bulge where it comes out, I was fucking almost biting my tongue off because I'm like, that is the worst fucking thing. If that ever happened to me, I'd kill myself over it. This is downright disgusting. And again, I love the foreshadowing of it because she finds the X-ray machine.
Yes.
So when she's back on the ship, you think, oh, she's made it. Everyone that knows Alien, we know she's not living. We know
I knew what that X-ray machine was going to do.
Exactly. They set it up, and the minute she finds it, she's looking at her arm. I was like, oh, yeah, fucking do it.
Just go get it.
Just do it.
Show me.
So when she's back on the ship, and we're looking at, I keep forgetting the sister's name, but we're looking at her where she's rolling out of bed, and she's just like, what's happening? Are you okay? And you hear cracking. I was like, oh, fuck. I wasn't expecting to hear bones cracking.
Yes.
She takes the X-ray machine, and you see this thing literally breaking open her ribcage, and she's fucking grabbing, saying like, no, 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 no. And it's the most visceral thing to just hear bones cracking and then just popping like a fucking grape.
Yeah, because usually we just hear that one burst, right?
Yeah.
And then
it's
this
literally
one
just one
was
burst.
like a
this one
slow burn.
Time.
You know what I mean? Like it was just like it actually like what would actually have happened if like I gotta break one, then I gotta break another. Like then you're gonna burst out. You can't just like burst out,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was literally like, oh, I'm hatching from my egg. Your ribcage is the eggshell. You are just the outside membrane. So it's like, again, bones cracking, the viscosity of her releasing it from her fucking throat, and you see like all the fucking spit and the face hugger jizz coming out, and it's just like
that's what it is.
Yeah,
straight up jizz.
Fucking amazing.
Just straight up jizz.
Can I piggyback off
gross.
of that same scene? That scene where like we've seen them try to take the face huggers off before, and it just never really worked,
No, they're dead.
And so the fact that I thought it was very smart that they figured out a way to kind of like freeze it and it goes limp and then try to take it out. I thought that was like almost like, oh wow, this is smart. Like it's just like, a way that, it's no just hope I'll just leave it, because we've seen people just like, just leave it alone. And then it comes off and like, oh, okay, it came off. Like, no, his job is done now. You know what I mean? But the fact that they found a way to kind of like not kill it, but kind of like release it from his hold to try to even save it, even though we knew it was too late. I thought that was very smart on the part of the writers to kind of like incorporate a way that they would like had some kind of hope when we know there's none.
I love that you said that it's a smart decision too, because it doesn't matter how smart you are in an alien movie to
Yeah.
defeat this thing, you are still fucked
Yep.
once that thing is on you.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, it's gonna stick his wee wee in your mouth.
Hey girl, you got it.
Like that is the epitome of a 1 minute man, right? You're just like, you're
For
done.
real. I hate
Right.
it. I hate it so much. I love it.
It's so gross. I mean, even in the
Very
scene
contradictory.
when
I love
they're
it that it's terrible.
when they're in when the water starts coming in, he's like, "There's something in the water." You know, I love that. There's something in the water. Well, what do you mean there's something in the water? I don't know. There's something in the fucking water. And then like it jumps on him, and you see that, and it's
Yeah,
just like
it's like really
it's
trying to like
it's his. You know, he's unfortunately he's pretty much raping him. He's just like stick it in your mouth, stick it in your mouth, stick it in your mouth. Like, and you're just when you're
he's
watching
literally
it,
trying to just shove it in there.
it is, and it's like come here, I just want to stick it in your mouth. Like, you know, like what the fuck, man? Like get out of here.
tip.
Yeah, just tip, just one thing tip it.
Just tip.
I did like how they mention, because they're like, well, we'll just rip it off of her. And the other android, Rook, which is supposed to be Ash from the original one, I don't know why they changed it, because he looked the same way as he did in the other one.
Right.
Well, no, his head was, I think, off in the first one. Well, whatever. It was Ian Holm anyway. They fucking CGI'd his face, which is
CGI'd him,
fucking
yeah.
terrible anyway that they did that.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's fucking dead. Come on.
Yeah.
But I like when he goes, nope, don't do that. You'll break her neck. But honestly, you might as well have just broken her fucking neck.
For real.
You know, it is what it is. But, you know, I get it. I get when in the same situation like Sabrina, like you mentioned. That's my friend.
Right.
Or that's my
My
girlfriend.
friend, we can't just leave her. We got to help her.
I'd be like,
Right.
if
She's
all he
fucked
had to
whether we
say,
do or
well,
don't, but-
well, he does say it. He planted a seed. And it's like, well,
planted
what's
a
the
seed.
percentage of what I think he said 64. Yeah, 60 40.
40
60, 40.
against your friend.
60 40 that, yeah, it completed. And you're like, yeah, you're fucked.
If somebody looked at you and said you've got a 60-40 odds are against you to live, what are you doing?
You 60 40 to live or not to live?
60-40, the odds are against you, so you're the 40.
Oh, I'm the 40 to live. Oh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I know I'm in trouble.
Time
I'm
to go.
trying to say my last rites.
So if somebody looks at you and said, hey, your friend's got a 60-40 chance,
That's just
and
not how
the
we're
odds are
programmed.
against your friend,
Yeah, we would be like, nah,
are you
that's
still
still
saving them?
40% is a lot.
40% chance. That's
40% is a lot.
That's
That's almost 50.
Exactly. I'm going 60-40.
It's not
I'm
bad.
taking those fucking odds.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty
60
fucking
40.
good.
That's not a
Somebody
bad
told
odd.
me I've got a 40% chance to win the lotto. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking play it.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
The lotto just happens to be my friend's life, and I just fucked ours. His savings.
Pretty much. Just fucked everything up just from doing that. All you had to do is just kill the fucking bitch, and that would have been the end.
Say, like, we saw a lot of blood, which thank you.
Oh yeah.
It was Fede Alvarez. You were definitely getting gore. There was no doubt about it. Because let's go to the next kill. Before we go to the next kill, real fast, make it quick. Is this chest burster scene better than the original chest burster scene?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
The
right?
answer is
Because-
no.
Yeah,
The original one is so iconic.
I say it's the tough question because it's the first one we ever see, and it's iconic.
It's the only one we
You
see.
know,
I was gonna say it's a
But
close second.
It's
but
close. Like
I'll put it up
it's
there, close second.
I mentioned it earlier, like the fact that we get to hear bones breaking before
Yeah.
a burst of a chest, like, and we see it kind of squirming around and stuff like that. We didn't get to see that in the first like chest burst, you know, like, and that's something that, like, you know, of course we earned, but like it's
you
a
can't
definitely a
appreciate
close
this
second.
one without seeing the first one.
Yeah, but there's
chest
nothing like the
burster wise.
original. Let's just be honest.
All right, so then I'm going to say, in my opinion, the first Alien will always be number one. I'll put Alien Romulus number 2, but number 3 is definitely Spaceballs.
Oh yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Like,
It's funny because while I was sitting in the theater and the chest burster comes out, that is the first thing I started singing.
it usually is now. You're like, hello, my baby.
Yeah.
Hello. What did he have? He had the soup of the day. I got the soup of the day.
Oh no!
And it was John Hurt too.
Yeah.
in both of those scenes, which is fantastic. Well, let's move on to the next kill, which was Bjorn. I didn't really like Bjorn. I'm going to be honest with you. I know he was the one with the issue with the android.
He was a very two-dimensional character.
He was expendable. He was one of those characters. You're like, you got to root for somebody to die.
From the very beginning.
He was somebody. He was somebody that needed to die.
Yeah. No, we always have to have the asshole, right? Like we always have to have the asshole, the one that's just
I want to be able to understand.
He's gonna die.
Yeah,
I want to be able to understand why he's an asshole through him, not through the context of other people.
Right. That makes a lot of sense because that's how I felt.
You're an asshole, and then you explain yourself. Don't have I'm an asshole, and then somebody else.
I just don't like you.
Well, yeah,
you fucking asshole.
Mom died. It's like,
no,
okay, he's still being a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
I knew from. I mean, we knew from the beginning he was an asshole.
Dynamic character to be like, I suffered from this, and then this happened, and him coming well-rounded as a character.
The growth, yeah.
Okay, yeah, not even growth per se, but just
there was no sacrifice or nothing. I love it.
I mean, he kind of sacrificed, but in the most lacking.
It was more curiosity that killed him.
Yeah,
he got too curious. He was trying to be a hero. That's what it was. It was trying to be a hero, not smart enough, and curiosity killed him.
Just like, hey, I've got this,
Which was from Alien Isolation, by the way. The fucking taser shit. That's from Alien Isolation.
The giant taser. And again, very pseudosexual. He shoves it in the
right in the vagina.
That looked like
the right up in there.
Vagina pod.
And you hear
and that's where you see the acid blood drip.
Can I tell you?
Onto him.
That part was funny.
That kill was fantastic.
I fucking loved watching acid eat away at his hand.
Mm-hmm. Little body horror. Little body
and then
horror.
he got it on his cheek, and then he was just like, "Oh
his
my
chest.
god!" And then his chest. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
A great kill.
I have to say that the whole assholeness of him. I mean, even just the one. Back to the scene where there's something in the water. I said, "What do you mean there's something? I don't know. There's something in the fucking water." This guy's a dick.
Yeah.
I hope that fucking thing face rapes the shit out of him. He should have been the chest burster.
No feeling towards him sacrificing himself whatsoever.
He did not sacrifice.
He didn't sacrifice himself though.
He just got caught up.
He was trying to be a hero with curiosity.
He was smarter than anything else, and he just went on impulse and shoved that shit up the pussy, and he got all the acid all over him. He got what he deserved. That fucking idiot.
You see, what had happened was he used his dick to fuck the pussy.
Mm-hmm.
But as we know, because
he's an asshole.
Because pussies get fucked by dicks. But as we know, dicks also fuck assholes, Chuck.
No, it's true. It's true.
And that's why he got a fucking tail right to the eye.
You get acid all over you.
You get acid everywhere.
You get acid everywhere, Chuck. Yeah, his death was it was nice. It was
great.
Cool, I'm down.
It was satisfying.
He had yes, I agree. He had a satisfying death. Tyler's death, on the other hand, not satisfying. Just kind of happened. No. Kind of I feel a waste of a character's death because he actually had an arc. He actually gave a shit. He sacrificed himself. But it wasn't a good sacrifice.
No.
He just got bye-bye. And you were just like, what, Tyler, where you going? To me, I was like, okay, that's where we got him.
Yeah, after all of that, and he's been the big bad guy, the big hero, and he doesn't get a hero send-off. I felt like he needed that sacrificial, just go kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, and he didn't get it, which I don't know if I liked it or loathed it, because
I didn't like it.
It's almost like I didn't expect it to just be happening so quickly, but then again, in Aliens, shit happens quickly, so
it does. But
also
it's again one of those things of character building. It's exactly what Tommy said. He had an arc, and that arc does not come around. It just stops. Much like his life, it
did. It stopped.
You're like, hey, bye.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was. Hey, there he goes.
Now that I'm thinking about it more and we're breaking this down, I kind of love that. I kind of love the fact that we didn't get a climactic ending for him because fuck that. You know what I mean? You're on a ship.
You're not safe.
Yeah, you're on a ship.
He could have got a better death, though.
Well, yeah, because we wanted to see more of like a gore. We want to see an alien fuck him up. But like, I don't think that he needed that hero's death. Like, I didn't think he needed that. I love the fact that he died abruptly, and now they're like, holy shit, what do we do now? You know what I mean? Like, I kind of dig it.
I feel
like
that's like an Anaconda situation. Like when, you just get an Owen Wilson death and you're just like, whoa, that happened. Samuel L. Jackson in Deep Blue Sea. Wow, that just happened. The problem is I felt that he deserved a better death because of the way his character was. You cared about his character. You wanted to see him survive with them. His death should have been, if you guys remember in AVP, when that Italian dude gets fucking taken and he gets the chest burster, but they have to kill him before it happens. That would have been a good death for him. Like, he gets taken, he gets the face hugger, because again, we don't really get to see many chest bursters and any, impregnations like that. I think he would have been great where they would have passed him and he would have been hanging on the thing all gooed up and shit. And he's just like, it's inside me. You gotta kill me. And then like the sacrificial, and if it would have been even better if it was his sister, the one that had to do it, where, because then you're sitting, because again, we go back to that whole thing from the beginning where he's like, open the door. But now it's reversed.
To try to save her.
Right, and now it's reversed.
There is no saving him.
And he's just like, you have to kill me. And it's a good death for him because he was a very strong character. It's a sacrificial death for her now because now she has to kill her fucking brother. But she's like,
good character arc for her too.
It's a great character arc for her, especially because he's like, because she's pregnant and he can be like, name the baby after me or some shit like that, take care of the baby, take care of the baby. Yeah. And then she can think like, oh my God, I'm creating the movie. Right before she goes into the hypersleep, before they, actually go into hypersleep, she can say that she's going to name, like, if it's a boy, I'm going to name it Tyler after her brother. And then it comes out. You can use that arc for that. It would work really well. And people will get invested in that. And then when it turns out that they're fucked regardless, this shit's fucked up. But he deserved a better ending than what he got.
A better death.
He deserved a better death.
On-screen death,
Yeah.
I agree.
I get it. I get that.
So from there, let's see. We got a couple other scenes we need to definitely touch on. Let's talk about that elevator scene. Let's get into the elevator scene because at the end of that elevator scene, I was a little angry as a fan. We're talking about the fanatic service. What did we call it again?
Fanatical.
The fanatical service. First off, that elevator scene is fantastic. Again, back to suspense, back to some thrillers. That fucking Xenomorph, which saved her, by the way. The fucking Xenomorph saved her ass.
Saved her. Yeah.
It was like, no, bitch, I got you. I'm going to be the one to kill you, not the ground. So,
I mean, like, it needs her body as a vessel, and I get that, but, like, what?
I think it would have been more funny. We could, again, bring back Tobey Maguire, and they'd be like, oh, she's coming down. Fuck it. I want to face fuck her. Gotcha, bitch.
I was going to say, call that
fine,
fast food.
I'll save her.
It's like, fine, we'll save her right now. I mean, I love that.
Fast food. Snatch her out of the air.
Call that shit fast food. She's kind of fine. McNugget coming. Grab that bitch. I actually really enjoyed that elevator scene. I thought it was pretty cool how they were doing it. Like, very tense. Again, it's huge when you get the suspense. Alien needs to be suspenseful. The Xenomorph is just like, hey, I'm fucking with you right now. Like, the Xenomorph dodging fucking elevators and shit, which is hilarious, by the way.
I want to hear the inner monologue of it dodging the elevator.
Fucking, oh, shit. No, it's got to be Tobey Maguire. Holy shit, yeah. It's like, I'm going to get, holy shit. And it's just, again, Tobey Maguire putting it out there. Tobey Maguire giving me a director's cut edition of him just doing the inner monologue of the Xenomorph would be fucking priceless.
So
fantastic.
So great.
I didn't like the ending of that whole scene. Well, I'll see what you guys also think of this too. When Andy shows up and he goes, get away from her, you bitch. Again, fanatical service, not needed in that scene.
Yeah.
No.
Not needed in that one. Mr. Malave, what did you think about that scene?
Too? No.
Yeah, from that character especially.
That
If you're
one
going to
felt,
give me the fanatical service with that line delivered, not Andy.
I don't think it should be Rain either. Like that never happened
It shouldn't
yet.
be either of the two.
That never had those words when Ripley says those words actually meant something because she has Newt at that point. So it's like a mother kind of thing. Get away from her,
It's
you
the ultimate protection
bitch.
versus I'm just programmed to do this, and
Right.
I added this line because why?
Weakly given, by the way, because I know he was back to being normal Andy, and I know he has like the little twitchy thing. But regardless, like again, Ripley says it with meaning. She's talking to pretty much a mother, because she's talking to the Queen alien. She treats Newt like her daughter, like a mother figure, and she literally just get away from her, you bitch. And then Andy's just like, get away from her, you bitch. No.
It's so against
no.
Andy's character to say it.
I mean,
Like, he's never indicated before that he was, around
badass.
people that cursed and that, well, it's like, imagine a child mimicking it because they're like, hey, you've got all of these characters that are around him cursing this entire time, and nobody at that point is just like, oh, well, Andy, just say it. Like, it would have been really funny to get that dialogue back and forth if they were like, hey, Andy, just fucking say bitch. Like, and then he just says, no, I shouldn't. It's a bad word or whatever for character growth. And then at the end, he says it. There's nothing leading up to that. It's literally just so instant and quick. It's like, where did that fucking come from, dog? Like, that's like hearing a kid curse for the first time going like, who told you that? Where did you learn that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's almost like that weird kind of push where it's just like, why? First of all, why? Second of all, why from you?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to be Rain that delivers it, and it's not going to be Andy. But the fact that Andy just says it, very cut and dry, I didn't like that.
Yeah, no, I felt like it was definitely a stretch. I felt like, they was like, how can we, get a line from Ripley that, is such iconic and get it in the movie. And they were just like, yeah, we'll just have the android do it. And it's like he came full circle because he was the bad guy and now he's saving her, and that was his main protocol anyway. And it's almost like a protective thing. Yeah, it works. No, I felt like it was so forced, and I felt like it was something that they just wanted to have because they wanted that iconic line in the movie. But it was no reason for it, and it just didn't really even hit. You know what I mean? It felt forced, and it was almost, know how when we watch stuff and we like, oh, I know what you did there. That one was just like, nah, bro, don't do that.
I literally just sighed so loud, like audibly sighed.
I go,
when it was delivered. I'm like,
and then like
All right, me too.
I was like, that line shouldn't be touched. Like,
it's too
if you're
iconic.
gonna touch it, all of that shouldn't have fucking happened.
It's
like,
too iconic. There's some lines that should. I agree, Mr. Malave. There's some lines that should never be touched.
Where it is.
That's like watching another Terminator movie and just having somebody look and go,
I'll be back.
Yeah, hey, I'll be back.
But imagine it being delivered like,
No.
hey, I'll be right back.
No, yeah,
Like,
hey,
it's like, bro, what?
And you're watching and going, hey, he said the line, sort of.
Yeah. Just like,
and that's exactly how I felt in the movie.
Pretty sure that
I
was the line.
Oh, no. And they were like, what?
So bad.
And I was like,
Pretty sure he'll be back.
Ripley's line. Like,
it's
no.
so bad.
Like, you don't do that.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I felt it was placed because they were, again,
very poorly.
I really think that they were sitting in the fucking writer's room and somebody sat there and goes, you want to see the audience clap? Put this line in there. You've seen, when Captain
like
America said
speaker.
Avengers assemble and the place went nuts. Yeah. Have him say, get away from her. Pause, you bitch. Watch everybody go, hooray! And then they show the clips and people are going, why?
They fired that intern.
Literally, no one clapped.
The guy was fired immediately.
Guarantee you.
First
Whoever
screenings.
wrote
It's just
that
like,
line
you're
in,
an idiot.
they looked at him and they're like, hey, come here. Get your fucking things out by like noon or we're gonna fucking shoot you on sight.
Okay, come here.
No, they go up to the
I got another line for you too. Since you like
Get
to
outta
steal
here,
lines,
you bitch.
You're fired. You're Donald Trump. You bitch.
You're fired.
You're fired. You bitch.
You bitch.
Bitch.
But yeah, no, it was poorly placed. It was a quick like Easter egg grab, and it should have never happened.
It shouldn't have been on the roster.
Like
grabs.
honestly, you did a great service of like a fanatical service throughout the whole entire time so far, and then you do this, and it felt forced. And it's like I need them to stop thinking that people are stupid, and they get easily amused, especially in a franchise this iconic. You know what I mean? We could talk about it with like even Halloween and shit, where like towards the end they kind of just smacked us in the face with stupidity, and they thought that we were like you thought that we were just so gullible. Like that's
you can
what
have
I
all the
felt
fan
about
service
that
in
line.
the world.
Yeah,
You
like
do not
you
need
had
to give
everything
us
so far,
bit.
and then you kind of smacked us in the face, and you're just like, oh, you want another one? Here, no, you went too far. Go back.
You smacked us in the face like that face hugger smacked everyone in the face with its dong.
With his with his hugger dong.
Yeah, it is it's dingling.
Hugger
out
dong
there.
sounds like a character from something, and I appreciate you.
It is a character.
specifically
It's its
hugger
own
dong.
character. Did you
Not-
see
not
how
the
long
hugger
that
and
thing
its
was
dong.
when it got pulled out?
No, it's a hugger
It's like a
dong.
forearm.
Damn.
You ever seen a hugger dong? It was smacking people in the face in this movie.
It's like a mythical being. Like, no, you can't go out in the woods at night. The
There's
hugger dong
hugger
is
dongs.
out.
Better watch out for the hunger dong.
Yeah,
The
well,
hodag.
you better be careful.
hugger
It's
dongs.
hugger dong season.
It's hugger dong season.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking gross. You better watch out. These fucking hugger dongs are out there.
You better watch out. These damn hugger dongs are everywhere,
It's not
trying to
even.
impregnate you.
All right. We're going to get away from some hugger dongs right now. It sounds
All right,
like
is it time
something.
to talk about the debacle. That's the ending.
It's time to discuss the ending. The one of the endings of a film that have been spoken about for years to come, or will be spoken about for years to come. So during this film, they do mention the black goo again,
Yeah.
which fine. I'm okay with that. That's okay. That's lore that they can play with that. It's never been mentioned ever again after this happened. So a little bit of a stretch, but it's okay to be mentioned. Unfortunately, in my opinion at least, they continued on with that fucking shit. They were supposed to bring the goo back. That was part of the whole plan for Rook to do, which now Andy will be doing. Kay takes it. They say it could help regenerate cells and make you stronger. Pretty much it's it's a fucking symbiote. Let's just be real. It's just venom in the long run.
It is venom.
And she ends up popping it in her neck because she's pretty much dying at this point. And we all knew what was coming. We were like, all right, well, we see the video. They never saw that video. What happened with the, what was that, a
What
rabbit?
happened after they just
rat.
showed
The rat.
They just showed the rat like rejuvenating, but they never
Show what
seen the
happens
ending
after.
of it when they died.
This is why it's so
First.
important to watch the full video
This
instructions.
is why you always finish
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
instructions.
do not just pause the video and go, yeah, I got it. Watch the full video.
Because if
If you're watching a YouTube tutorial on how to save your cells, okay, don't just fucking pause the video.
Don't
and
just
walk away.
pause
Be like,
videos.
"Nah, I got it. I got the gist of it.
I figured this
Fucking
part
watch the
out.
full thing.
Because after you press play, it goes, but make sure you do it, when it's snowing outside. And you're like, here we
By
go.
the way, here's the
And
warning.
Here's the warning.
Meanwhile, you're already like, there's a warning.
Oh, I hope the warning's something good. It's going to be good. You were supposed to freeze
I
it
could deal with
first.
diarrhea. That's fine.
I could deal with diarrhea. Maybe an upset stomach or two. Oh, it's going to burst out of my
Right? No
back.
burster? All right.
You may
Cool.
feel some chest pain,
And then
a lot of chest pain. You may feel nauseous,
that sounds like fun.
vomiting and diarrhea out of both ends.
What?
Sounds like Ozempic.
Well, it sounds like Ozempic. Well, unfortunately, though, they didn't watch the video, and
No, they didn't.
she goes ahead, she puts it in her,
Fucking idiots.
and they go to again. The movie technically ended at this point. This was
Right.
Act 3 was over.
Smart on her brother, though. Smart on Tyler to be like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't trust it yet.
Yes, very very smart. Hence why he should have got a better
Great.
death. He should have got a better death.
He didn't even watch the full video, and he didn't trust it.
He earned it.
Crazy.
That's why he earned a
medical
better
science
death.
is sometimes not reliable yet.
But he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they go into this hypersleep chamber. Well, they start with Kay, and then she starts to fucking lose her shit, and baby pops out.
I thought this was going to be different, by the way.
So did I. I thought it was going to be a fucking xenomorph.
Nope.
I thought it was going to eat her from the inside out.
Oh, that would have been
and she would
so
be dead.
much better.
Like, I legit thought like you were going to hear the commotion in the isopod and then just be like, oh shit, like, Kay, what the hell's going on? Open it up. Kay's fucking dead. You see her stomach fucking eaten from the inside out.
Fantastic.
And then this thing just pops out.
That's fantastic. I love that.
And I was like, wait, what?
That's fantastic. I love that.
Giving birth
when
right
the
now?
pod
Okay.
opened. I wanted more when the pod opened. Not a baby.
Also, I'm sorry. You're putting a pregnant woman in a sleeper pod?
Yeah.
9 months
It's a
pregnancy
it's a
range,
crime.
right? She's now got like what? A fucking it was supposed to be how long till they reach their final destination?
9 years.
Yeah, 7 or 9 years.
9-year pregnancy.
She'll be all right.
Well, I mean, technically,
I know it's not
she's
like
it's
actually
a
like
freeze.
she,
Well,
like a
technically,
pause.
well,
You're
Andy's
basically
there.
like freezing yourself there. But I'm sitting there going, the implications of a 9-year pregnancy, even in hypersleep, terrifies the fuck out of me. I don't like that thought. I don't want that thought. But whatever.
Scary.
You guys do you.
Can we backtrack real quick and then we'll
Yes.
keep going?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many times did she not land on her stomach, get squished on her stomach, like posed directly to her sternum, and just how many times?
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
sorry,
that's
that
why
baby-
she took the shot.
Yeah, but I'm pretty
Because
sure
she
the
looks down
baby
before
was
she
a-
does it. She looks down at her stomach and then looks at herself, like her.
Well, no, she was dying.
And then she
And it's
just fucking,
contemplating it, yeah.
but
like she
listen,
touches
I'm
her
not the
stomach
smartest
before
man
she
in
takes
the
it.
world.
And I'm just like, your baby's already long dead, dude.
I'm not the
fucking
yeah,
dope.
right? Like long dead.
Like you've already.
But they're
you've already
making it seem
squashed
like
that
it was-
grape.
I don't care if she stick the little like thing. or
Even
everything.
stress would have
Once
killed the
baby's
baby.
Dead. It's dead.
Yes,
Like,
even stress would have killed the baby. Like
that's
she
what-
was going through a
the
lot of
whole
stress.
entire time, that
Stress,
baby's dead.
Fucking
we've
landing
seen-
face first on that grate when she comes out of the ship.
That's what I'm. And then
Losing
there
all
was
that
one
blood.
point where a pole went directly to her sternum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm not a
Baby's dead.
doctor. The baby's dead. You like you had to miss
1,000%.
Sorry,
1,000%. But again,
That alien.
but then
You know,
movies got to
Eight
move.
doors.
movies
right?
got to move.
No,
Well,
we didn't.
unfortunately, the movie
The
doesn't have to
dingo
move
ate your
at this
baby.
point. This motherfucker had an egg. She
She birthed an egg.
birthed an egg. I really hate this. So she births an
I
egg,
hate everything about it.
and then Rain picks it up. And when she picks it up, there's acid all over it. Of course, you put the fucking thing in her.
How did the acid not kill Kay?
You know what? That's too many questions you're asking already.
too many. It's
That's
the
too many.
cryopod.
Don't ask too many fucking questions because right there, this is movie logic and wrong show. Because obviously it has acid on it, it fucking burns, and she throws it down. Hilarious, by the way, because it's like, isn't that a baby? And she throws it down. And here's the thing: I'm thinking like, okay, it's a xenomorph. It's just
Right.
it's a baby xenomorph.
It's
and
just a xenomorph.
and then it slightly opens, and I'm like, and I remember sitting there, and I remember because Christian, he's next to me, and we're watching it, and I go, is that a fucking human?
Yeah, I
And
said the same thing.
And you see it, and it's a CGI'd human baby, obviously. And I look, and I remember at that one moment, I went, please don't do what I think you're gonna do. And then
What's the name of the guy in Prometheus?
which guy?
The main guy that kind of looks like the fucking thing we got.
Oh, they're just engineers.
The engineer, yeah.
But then the acid burns a hole in there, and then the egg falls. Well, no, wait, is that? No. Wait, when does the egg fall? The egg does fall, right? Because then the thing comes up.
The egg falls while Rain is fighting the creature that's
Oh, okay. So that's the creature's not there yet
progressed.
because we got to get to the fact that the creature shows up
Yeah.
and kills Kay.
Yeah.
Now, the problem here is that what the fuck were they thinking at this moment? Like, why? Why did we need a human mixed with the xenomorph? It has like the holes in the bag. A Humalian. Oh, that's fantastic. We're going with that one too. We're going to go with that one. Humalian. I don't know why we need this Humalian. I like that actually. Humalian.
Humalian. We didn't need it.
We didn't need a fucking human. And then it goes and it kills Kay like in a vampiristic way because it's pretty much soaking her blood. First off, that's your mother. Why are you trying to kill your mother?
No,
if you go
There's foreshadowing in there, by the way.
He was when she touched her boob and it was like goo, bro. He was just hungry. He wanted to feed.
They can't show titties, so
right.
He was
why? It was rated R. They could show titties.
Because whatever network was like, we could show the foreshadowing of a baby on a mural or whatever taking life from its dead mother.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't show an actual human titty. God forbid, in a rated R movie, no titty.
That was fucked up. We earned that titty. All right.
We did. If you're gonna give me foreshadowing that a titty is being sucked and not show me the titty, go fuck yourself.
If you're gonna give me a Humalian, all right, and it's hungry for some
you're
titty
giving
milk,
me this visceral thing and you still can't show titty.
Titty goo milk. Then you give me the titty. But no,
fucking
then he
hated
just kind
it.
of like ate her. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
Because he was like blood all over him and shit.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about like how it looked, because Jesus Christ, it was so bad. They try to do like a mixture of like the engineer and like an
Xenomorph.
alien and like ugh.
I hated it.
They could have did it better. I was talking to like Itzy and my parents afterwards. I was like, you could have just made the alien like lighter and like kind of like maybe like one eye or something. Just kind of be like,
I want the flesh of a human stretched over a
mutate.
xenomorph.
Because they said it, they were like, we're close to it, right? We're close to having like the perfect species or whatever, but it just never worked out, right? So then, whatever. You want me to buy this whole thing that it's like mutating with the human? Like, all right, just make it more xenomorphish with a few human features instead of like a human with a little bit of xenomorph features. Like the baby wasn't even that fully grown yet for it to be fully like human. Like, and I get the rapidness
Babies
of your
don't have
cells
true
with all the
features
black
'cause they're
goo
not grown
shit.
in yet. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you just missed the mark there. Give me the xenomorph head, right?
Yeah.
And then just put like
With
one
flesh.
eye, like not even to the side, but like kind of towards the middle. But then that's it. You know what I mean? And then make it light. Make it like a brownish color, like a human. Right? And then just fuck, man, you just ruined it. You ruined it. I was on the edge of my seat this whole entire time, and then you give me this weird shit that was played by a German basketball player.
That's true.
And it was just like, fuck, man. Like, why? It wasn't his fault. He did the best he can. But Jesus.
He was fine.
It was just weird.
Cast him in more horror films as like the Crooked Man or something, but not a xenomorph.
I fucking
Like
hated that
he's
ending.
got some scary fucking features, but not for this.
I hated that ending. I thought that was a waste of time.
You guys, you talking about
thought
this
it was a cop-out.
transformation was the turning point for me. Because, Tommy, when you say like, oh, we're getting like human alien hybrid, a Humalian. In my seat, I'm sitting there going, oh God, fucking give it to me. Do it.
Right.
Do it. I want to see it. Give it to me. And then the reveal, I went, what? What?
She's like,
It's
And
like,
I'm
I knew what they were
expecting-
doing.
I'm expecting like the xenomorph head, full grown xenomorph head, like curve and all, but with flesh like kind of stretched out over it,
That's what I'm saying.
with like little spots of the xenomorph head coming through, almost like I mean, you guys are familiar with Dead Space? Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Imagine like the Dead Space goop all over the walls that kind of like is visceral and stretched over like a webbing.
Yeah.
That, but flesh onto the head.
Exactly.
I just want
You know what I
something
mean?
creepy and visceral, and instead I got that, and I was like, the only creepy part about that thing that like really strikes fear into me was seeing the tail from the vertebrae all the
Oh
way
my
down connect with the tail.
sure.
I saw that, and I was like,
and then the
that's
spine
fucking
kept
gross.
coming up, right? Like,
Yeah.
I
I was
feel
like, that's fucking gross. But the rest of it, I was like, what a reveal, man.
I feel if Rob Zombie directed this film, you would have gotten that. What you were
Yeah.
asking. I think he would have been like, oh, we're totally going to do this. I feel that at that point they ran out of budget and they ran out of money because, boy, it looked like
They
shit.
used all the budget on the CGI.
Like of the ship, and like it looked like shit. And I just hated every moment of it because like the whole concept also, by the way, like is that the ship that they went to was about to crash into those rings the rings of Saturn, let's say.
Right.
And they said, oh, it's going to take like, I don't know, 36 hours or something. So we got plenty of times. And then when something
crashed,
they crashed the other one. Now it turns into like it's going to be 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, you can go fuck yourself on that one too. That's again movie logic, just stupid. But the ending to me was just you had to do it. Like we have to create the mixture. Again, we went back to Prometheus. We went back to Covenant. We should have left it alone. The goo could have been mentioned. They could have still taken the goo with them, but it never really comes into play. Maybe the goo falls and it goes into something. I don't know. But I just feel like when we get this Humalian, it's just I hated it. I thought it was terrible. It took me completely out of the movie at that point, to the fact that like when I left, I was like, now I'm undecisive of how I truly feel about this movie, because now I'm going like, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, but that ending really fucked me up to where I'm like, watch the first 3 acts of the movie. When she's putting Kay into the hypersleep chamber thing, turn the movie off.
End it.
Just end the movie right there. Don't worry about what happens next. Just know Kay's going to die. That's it.
I would love it. I would love it so much if they ended it there on the fact that, like, we know that Kay injected herself, and we know that a xenomorph is happening.
He's like, what's going to happen?
That's set up for the next fucking movie. You can close her in. Because what happens when they finally reach their destination and they pull Kay out?
She's
There's a
fucking gone.
fucking monster in there, right? That was perfect setup. That should have been the ending right there. Kay's in the isopod. You think they've escaped. Great. Well-rounded ending. And shit's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
End it there. Where you go, shit, what's going to happen? I'm hyped up for the next movie now because I know that that thing is in there and it's not over.
Right.
You didn't have to give me the ending that you gave me.
If you want to give us one last fucking scare, do that, right?
Yeah.
You can still have Kay fucking going into cardiac arrest, and they open up the pod, and then you open up the pod and she's fucking pregnant, and you're like, whoa, she's like actually like pregnant, and then
even though she was supposed to be frozen, right?
Bust out, well, that's another thing, right? If you're chronologically, if you're like.
So
Frozen.
this thing is
everything
not
stops, right?
her.
But it, of course,
like it's
the black
going.
goo.
The black goo made it rapid,
Yeah. So you get her, she's open, she's mad pregnant. Everyone's like, what the fuck? She wasn't that pregnant before. Everyone's like, oh yeah, but she injected her with the black thing.
She got double pregnant.
Yeah. And then out of nowhere, you get a burster through the stomach. And even if it looks a little mutated, like whatever, you get me? We get that. Blood is all over fucking Ren's face, and then boom, movie over. What else is going to happen? You know what else is going to happen.
Sure.
We've seen aliens before.
We literally just watched what is going to happen next at the beginning of the
you
same
do
movie.
that. You do that. Leave us on the edge of our seats. Give us one last fucking burst and one last what the fuck, because we're looking at this alien and we're like, this doesn't look like a regular fucking alien. And then you're like, oh my God. Sometimes those questions are better than the what the fuck questions that we have.
Let my mind fill in the blanks for you. That way, when the reveal happens, you have more time and more budget to give me something good.
Sure.
First of all, we know what happens next anyway. This is between 1 and 2. This is a whole different story.
Yeah, that's what they claim.
Go on to do nothing.
Right. It's a side quest. It's a side story. And I feel like that's bullshit, because if that's the case, then don't mention it's from between 1 and 2.
Exactly.
Don't make it clear. Don't make these Easter eggs about 1 and about 2 if it's not supposed to lead into something. In that case, you mentioned this is another story. In time frame, it takes place during the original and the sequel, but it's not between.
Romulus, an alien story. Or an alien saga, like they're doing the
that's not bad. You could have called it Romulus. You could have just called it Romulus.
Call it Romulus.
Yeah.
And then maybe you go. It's kind of how like Prometheus was. Yeah, like with Prometheus, you didn't know it was an alien film. And
only title wise.
What happened?
I was going to say make it like Prometheus, but only title wise.
Right.
Yeah, please.
Only title wise.
But the thing with Prometheus too is you didn't know it was an alien film until you went to go see the movie.
Right.
They kept that away from you because you were like, oh shit, that's a fucking That's why Prometheus is good on its own. Where you're like, it's a pretty movie, well acted, it has a decent storyline going to it as its own movie. Then, they continued and made it into the franchise where you're like, fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. But yeah, no, I feel like I was fooled and not in the right way. Like we could keep talking about the Humalian, but like when you saying between 1 and 2, we thought with all those face huggers, all those eggs, and everything else, oh, this is how we're gonna get into aliens because there are so many fucking aliens in that movie, and you're like, that's how they get all these aliens, like. Everyone there is getting impregnated, and they're all gonna get fucking bursted out. Just look at all these damn face huggers. But no, then the ship just blows up, and that just blows up in our face. And you're like, all right, well, now you're insulting my intelligence because then you give me the Humalian, you know, and then you're like, go fuck yourself. You get me? Like now it's like, go fuck yourself. You had me for 2 hours, and then now you just ruined it for me. I agree with you. I walked out of the movie theater and I was like, you know, I really enjoyed it, but I don't know how I feel about the overall movie now because of the ending. You know, and I try to make some sense of it. I really did. And that's how I came to the conclusion of make the Humalian better. You make the Humalian better and not this weird looking German basketball player. And
give me that.
It would have been a little better, but don't try to fucking fool us and make us seem like we're idiots. And that's how I felt a little bit.
Yeah, I have to agree. That's a good way to feel, and it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we're getting ready. The bell's about to sound, but before the bell sounds, Sabrina, there was a question in the beginning of this episode that was asked to you. We gave you plenty of time, about an hour and 20 minutes to figure out your answer. The question again was, do you feel that this film can be watched without seeing any other alien movie?
After all we've been through on this crazy ass journey, my final conclusive answer is no.
No.
You cannot.
I agree.
Because even when I say a standalone movie, it's still in the realm of a standalone alien franchise movie. If you took this apart from the main storyline, didn't put it where it was, yeah, you could still watch it. But you would still need to watch the original Alien for context.
Agree.
Mm-hmm.
So no.
And honestly, Prometheus.
Yeah.
You won't understand the goo shit. You would be like, oh, Venom. You'll get confused. You have to watch Prometheus to at least understand the goo.
Yeah, because
or you at least need to understand the concept of Prometheus without seeing it. Like, if you've never seen Prometheus and you walked in that movie, they explain the goo shit a little.
They do.
But for more context. Like, they give you enough to go off of in Romulus. You're like, oh, yeah, okay, sure. Like, if you completely forgot about that in Prometheus, Romulus at least explains it enough for the context in which it is. But for the full backstory, you would need Prometheus.
I think so, too. I think with this
if you want
movie,
the full backstory, watch Prometheus.
I believe you need to see
just that one little clip. Sure, you're good. But,
right. Yeah. I believe you need to see Prometheus, the original Alien, and Aliens in order to watch this movie and truly, truly understand what you're watching, but also truly respect it a little more and appreciate what you're seeing.
Appreciate it for the highs and understand why the lows are so low.
Yes, I agree as well. Okay, so there we got our answer. We're all on the same page because we all said the same exact thing. So now, as we always do when we discuss a movie, we're going to have 2 questions. I know I like to at least do these questions. And we're switching it up a little bit because I wanted to try something new. We usually do the whole 1 to 5 thing, 1 through 5. But we're going to try something a little different, do a little our own version of this. You guys saw the little chart that I sent out, so we're going to give it a shot. So you have these options. You can say the movie was Charizash, and when you say it, make sure you say Charizash. Don't just say dope. You got Charizash.
The pizzazz.
You got to get pizzazz with it. Or you can say, well, they tried. You know, all right. It's not the greatest movie, but hey, they tried.
They tried.
The next one we have is it was fun. It was fun. I had a good time with the movie. It's not the most spectacular thing in the world, but I had a good time with the movie. And last but not least is splurging. I'm getting a popcorn bucket. I'm buying it on Blu-ray or DVD, 4K, VHS, whatever's available. I'm buying the merchandise. I love this fucking movie. So let's find out. And then, of course, obviously, the next question after that is, will you survive Alien Romulus? Let's start with Mr. Malavi, the music man. tell me your, where would you put this on the chart for you?
Yeah, man. I love the chart. I love the chart just because like the number system kind of leaves a lot to the imagination. So I'm gonna put this as it was fun. It was a fun movie.
It was fun.
I had a good time in the movie theater. I was on the suspense train, and I was all for the face huggers. Get the fuck away from me. I don't want you anywhere near my face. I don't want your ding dong. I don't want any of that near me. All right. I don't want any of that
Your hugger
in
dong.
around my mouth. All right. Like I don't want any of that.
The
But
hugger dong.
Hunger Dung.
yeah, the hunger gun. Yeah. I
Sounds
don't
like
want
you're
that.
saying the Hunger Games.
The
Like
hunger
it's-
dong.
it's like the Hunger Gong.
Hunger
The
dong.
Hunger Dong.
I don't want any hunger dong near or around my mouth. So it was fun.
It was fun.
Did the ending suck ass? Yes, it did. But should you watch it? Go and watch it if you're an Aliens fan. It's a nice homage to us. And so yeah, it was fun. And do I survive?
Will you survive?
No, the answer is no. You got to be honest with yourself in this situation. I've put myself in the situation multiple times in this episode, and where I would have opened the door and I would have died. So yeah, no, I would survive. Maybe not in this first or second act. I would die probably with the Humalian. I would die with that one. But yeah, that's it. That's for me.
Okay, very good. I'll go next. We'll leave Sabrina for last because it's got to process. She's got to process and figure out, give it her best explanation because she probably will survive, but we'll find out. I'm going to say splurging. I'm going to give this movie a splurging. The reason is because I bought a fucking popcorn bucket, and I feel like you need to see this movie. If you are a fan of Alien, you should watch this movie, and you should buy it too. You should buy Alien, you should buy Aliens, and you should buy Alien Romulus. Those three are a grand time. Yes, I hated the ending. I fucking hated the ending, but I really did enjoy the movie. It's pretty well acted, especially David Johnson. He's fantastic in this movie, and it gives me the vibe of Alien. I just hated the ending. I'll watch the 3 acts and I'll stop it when she goes into the fucking sleep chamber. I know what happens. I don't need to ever see it again. I'm okay with that. So yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna put a little bit more money down when it comes to this film. And can I survive it? Of course, I'm not surviving this fucking movie. It's impossible for me to survive it. Number one, I hyperventilate when I'm fucking nervous too much. My heart beats way too fast. I start to sweat all the time. I sweat if I go outside right now. So. My body temperature will not match the fucking temperature in that room. And oh yeah, I'm getting a hugger dong because, but you know what? I'll bite the motherfucker. Like you think you're gonna play? I'll bite that shit off. Like
Use
fuck
them
you.
tiger teeth.
Bite off though, cat.
Fucking bite. You know what? Fuck it. I mean, it would be a great scene too because you bite it off and the acid fucking kills you. Like, might as well go out that way. Might as well. I'm not getting raped. I'm gonna bite your shit, motherfucker, and then just goes in my face. And then again, body horror. Everybody loves good body horror.
Wonderful image.
So so yes,
Wonderful imagery.
I listen. We've created. All 3 of us had scenes that we would change that would make the movie 10 times better and gorier, by the way. But yeah, no, I'm not surviving. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go going with splurging and not surviving. Sabrina, finish it off.
I'm gonna go with splurging. Like, I'm gonna wind up buying this film. I desperately wanted one of those Regal featured popcorn buckets, the light up one with the face hugger. I think it's perfect as far as merch goes. I'm gonna say splurge. I mean, it's exactly as you said, Tommy. This one fits in so well where it needs to. Uh, Hands down, just gotta go for it. If you are a fan of Aliens and Alien, you will probably enjoy this movie. If you're not a fan, I mean, you may still enjoy it. I don't know which context you're watching it in, but you may enjoy it. But 100%, I'm not fucking surviving this film. I don't know which act you would die in, Tommy, but I guarantee you, my dumb ass would die in the first act.
So
I'm not
you're
even living to
Navarro.
the end, man. I'm not even going to I'm before Navarro. Okay?
Oh.
My dumb ass is
He's
going to be
dying
like,
in the mines.
those are face huggers, and they're going to be like, yeah, man, fucking run.
Just
I'll
send me
just
the
be like,
water.
Peace out, homie. The minute I turn to run, I'm gonna get attacked by a facehugger that I didn't fucking see.
Sure.
Because
Dead.
I'm the one that decided to leave the group, run off on my own, try to get back to the ship, and get fucking murdered. Okay?
Sure.
I'm gonna get face fucked all the way to hell.
Just bite the
And I'm gonna die.
Just bite the fucking motherfucker off.
And you're gonna like it.
Well, honestly, let's be real.
I'll be dead. I can't like anything anymore.
This actually works out for us as a show because you'll have Sabrina will die first in the first act, I die in the second act, and Matt makes it to the fourth act where he dies from the weird alien thing because Matt's sitting there going, what the fuck is that?
Are you fucking kidding me? Dead.
I like to imagine Tommy's on the other side of the door and Matt's just like, nah, not my friend. And then he watches you die and he goes, fuck, now I have to keep going. And then when he dies, he goes, well, yeah.
I'm coming.
I deserve this.
I deserve this. I deserve this. Yeah, I could. Yeah, that's fantastic. All right.
I'm not even involved anymore. I'm long.
No,
gone.
you've been
Just
gone.
between you two,
You're the one that created the
You're the
fucking
first kill
alien.
of the movie.
You're the first kill in the movie,
100%.
Navarro.
I'm going down first.
Going down fucking first.
You're the reason why we have an alien now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't bite the motherfucker. You were
I
just
am
like,
chaos
just
that ensues.
The hunger dong. You gotta bite that.
gotta bite that fucking hunger dong.
The hugger dog.
Okay, you know what? We're done here. All right, class is coming to an end. Bell's about to sound. Let's get the fuck up out of here. Let's say our goodbyes, our sayonaras. It's time to go. Sabrina Ace, Florida's favorite creep. Say your goodbyes.
It's so good to be back in class, you guys. I'm so happy for everything that's to come. I'm excited to see the fucking syllabus, but we've got so much because we have the encroaching spooky season, which to me, it's already started, but it really kicks off like next weekend, and you guys are going to see a lot of crazy shit. I'm so excited for everything that's coming. So welcome back, students. Welcome back, creeps. Till then, stay spooky.
All right, thank you, Sabrina. Mr. Malave.
Oh, yes, people. It is nice to be back in the classroom when there's no ticks, no slashers, and no voodoo dolls. But yes, I had fun breaking down Alien Romulus, and I cannot wait until the rest of the semester and how it unfolds. And we are approaching spooky season, and we are going back to the cons. We're going to do so much spooky shit. I'm excited. So make sure you guys go subscribe and enroll, because if you want to join the conversation, you have to enroll and follow us on all socials. There's going to be more active than ever. And just know that a title match is coming soon. But till then, I am your longest reigning, defending Who You Got champion. And I did the math, and it's 817 beautiful days of championship glory. And till my reign ends, you're going to keep hearing me gloat. And I'll see you next class. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Malave. Just so you know, that title will be defended at Spooky Empire. We're just throwing it out right now. You will defend it at Spooky Empire. Even if you're not fucking
Absolutely.
here, you were defending it at Spooky Empire. It's horror season. It's Halloween time. And you know Spooky Empire is one of our biggest conventions. We love it so much. And this year, we plan to go all 3 days. I know at least I plan to be there all 3 days. I'm hoping for 2 panels, actually. 2 panels? I'm going to try to shoot for it. Try to get 2 panels for us because they like us there. We like to be there. And we also have a huge plan that we plan to be going to Halloween Horror Nights that week. Well, week to weekend, because it's like the Thursday to Sunday thing. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out the dates, and we'll let all the people out there, all of our students out there, we're going to let them know, because, hey, if they are for some reason going to be at Halloween Horror Nights when we're there, maybe we'll go into a quiet place with them, and we'll be quiet when we get in there. Or maybe we'll go into Insidious Red Door and laugh at Darth Maul with hooves. You know, or Ghostbusters and fight some ghosts. It might be a little cold in there because it's a frozen empire.
Get some spooky snacks together.
Oh, yeah, we can get spooky snacks. You can and spend way too much fucking money on spooky snacks, by the way. But yeah, now
Go get your flashing cup.
I actually had a flashing cup the last time I went. I bought it. I might do it again. Might as well. I got a popcorn bucket with a facehugger on it, so I might as well fucking waste more fucking money. Financially responsible. So yeah. Anyway. Thank you guys so much. Please go ahead, like, subscribe, and definitely enroll with Night School Horror. Go to TikTok, because right now we can go live, by the way, on TikTok, guys, just so you know. I just found out. We are on a
Congratulations, guys.
We didn't hit 1,000 yet, though.
Doesn't matter. We can go
we
live.
can go live, so we will figure out, and we will be going live eventually on TikTok with some cool stuff we could talk about. Our next episode will be coming out next week. Be prepared. Be ready. Let's have a good old fucking semester, and peace.